Now we go to senior Rotax, and here is your starting grid for Heats 1, Groups A and B. From pole position, it was separated by just 3 1,000ths after combined qualifying, as Tommy van der Stroys takes pole position and will start alongside last year's BNL Karting Series champion. Right, we have got an issue off of turn number 3 and 4. Can't make out the number from my current position, but van der Stroys and Gilles due to start on the front row. Vic Stevens and Zombor Kovac, it might be Kovac that might not be taking his 4th place position on the grid, which is going to be the case. Nolan Lemerhay and Jaden Thien, row 3. Mario Sidler and Lewis Gilbert, row 4. Leon Zelenko and Days Dams running at the top 10. Then it's Jamie Perrelli, Dion van Verven, Adam Valster, Marius Ross, Verre Ubben, Lawrence Herabolos, Vincent van Kerkhoff and Luke Neeson, Julie Fries. Then we've also got Patrick Rasmussen rounding out the top 20. Completing the 30-strong grid, Martin Gaiskins, Loris Koisman, Gustav van Gop, Artyom Sestakovs, Anton Morsing, Pat Gubbles, Stefan Lemuno, Jasper Lenitz, Camille Baloche and Roman Zorodinovs rounding out the 30-strong grid. So looks like we'll be 29 strong, as Zombor Kovac will have to wait for another opportunity to race, I'm afraid. So once again, as with the previous races, it will be 10 minutes plus an additional lap. And seniors will have a total of 6 heats, which every single driver will compete in 3. So the drivers now making their way through into turn 12. Van der Stroys and Rilletz on the front row. Stevens all on his lonesome on row 2. Red lights on the gantry. They split, they go into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out, and, well, there's been an absolute carambolage behind as Rilletz tried to make, tried to get through on the start. It's been a bit all for themselves, as everyone's making their way through turns 2 and 3. As someone went grass tracking. Looked to be possibly one of the SP Motorsport cars, possibly. So someone was definitely trying to do the Joker lap, as apart from using the traditional racing circuit. So van der Stroys leads, Stevens in second. Third, it looks like Lemerhay, as Zelenko has had a move up the inside of him through turn number 10. That would have been Jamie Perrelli from the United Kingdom in the 303. As they hurtle across the line to complete the opening lap. Van der Stroys has a lead of nearly 4.5 tenths of a second over Vic Stevens. Nolan Lemerhay, Mario Sidler, Jamie Perrelli. Perrelli's already launched up the order, having started 11th, now up into P5. Zelenko, Lewis Gilbert, Jaden Thien. Helix is currently sitting in 9th position. I might have Dion van Verven for company, possibly. As Des Dams crossed the line in 10th position in the 321. So the drivers now circulating their way through into turn 12. Lap 1 completed now, second lap under the books. Van der Stroys' lead has been truncated by just under a tenth of a second, but it's the pride of Scotland, Lewis Gilbert, now up into 6th position. Maybe even make that 5th. He's made the move on Jamie Perrelli as Jaden Thien goes up the inside of Leon Zelenko through turn number 3. Take 7th place, and another position lost by Zelenko. as Hillets up the inside, and they are nearly touching side pods and sidewalls. As a little bit of a touch between Jaden Thien, who was sideways. I think the back right was locking up, and he caught a tag with the back bumper of Jamie Perrelli. Looks like Kai Hillets has also managed to make his way through, and he's now up into 7th. Zelenko has followed the youngster from Belgium, who on Thursday was actually testing at Zolder with Red Ant Racing in Porsche Carreras. Now he's trying to close in on the driver ahead, and there's some gesticulation. That's from one of the Dams racing carts. Couldn't really quite catch out who it was, and was just waving to the person behind, saying, "Come on, let's go forwards, please." Would have been Adam Valster possibly. 6 minutes and 55 still to go, plus an additional lap. So 29 starters, apart from Zsombor Kovac, unfortunately, as Van der Stroys is being closed in on. Vic Stevens was a 7/100ths quicker than Van der Stroys on the previous lap, and that gap was just under 3/10. Looks to be a little bit closer. As in the meantime, Hillets is closing in on Jamie Perrelli, and the Belgian gets through at turn number 12. More overtaking a little bit further back. Looks like Dion van Verven might have lost the place, and that would have been to, more than likely, Luke Neeson. So 40% of the time completed, 60% still to go, plus an additional lap. Van der Stroy still holding onto that race lead, but it is fractional at best. And the three behind are starting to reel them in. Nolan Lemeray did not do a personal best on the previous lap, as the French driver in the 3:14. Slower lap from Van der Stroy. Stevens. Sidler does a personal best. Lewis Gilbert has the fastest lap of the race. So there's a look by Luke Neeson on the inside of Days Dams. And there is the 380. That was Jaden Thien up the inside of the 375 for 10th position. And Verven is there. Valster, Herbos, even Marius Rose at a push. Four minutes and 43 seconds on the timer still remains, as the battle at the front of the field continues to wage on. And now it has become a 5-kart race. At the back of it, Mario Sidler. As now Vic Stevens was looking up the inside of Tommy van der Stroys. Nolan Lemeray looking to also try and get through if he can. That was an attempt through onto turn number 3 on Vic Stevens for 2nd position. Lewis Gilbert, who loves this circuit and knows it like the back of his hand, has really also wound up the volume dial to number 11. As Gilbert just waiting and biding his time. He'll know this circuit very, very well, wait for an opportunity to overtake. At the moment, he feels that now is just sit in the train and also conserve a little bit of fuel, a little bit of power, courtesy of those three in front of him. So Van der Stroys continues to lead with 3 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock remaining. Lemeray again looking up the inside of Stevens, who in turn has got the nose of Lewis Gilbert looking up the inside of him. So, top 5 still getting closer and closer ever still. Van der Stroys' lead was 0.33 of a second after 7 laps. Now we're about to complete lap number 8. As the 3:54 continues and has slightly extended that lead to just over 4/10. Nolan Lemeray rounding out the top three, but has got Lewis Gilbert hunting him down. The Scotsman waiting for his opportunity to get through. And now Kai Rilets has started. Now what happened to Lewis Gilbert just then? Because Mario Sidler just managed to get through on turn 6. Now, was there an issue for Gilbert, or was it an uncharacteristic mistake? Didn't really catch what happened. But Rilets now is with his teammates at Kraft Motorsport, and Rilets will go up the inside. Gilbert gives him enough room to do so. So Rilets is now going to start pushing. It's a couple of minutes to go, plus an additional lap, and Van der Stroys continues to lead the way. It now becomes a 6-horse race, depending on how wounded the kart is for Lewis Gilbert. Now, whether it might have been a power issue or some kind of problem, looks to be back up to some semblance of speed. Lewis Gilbert's last lap time actually was a 55.4. Camille Baloche and so now Mario Sidler's found himself in a Kraft Motorsport sandwich right now. He's got Rilets in front of him. Gilbert's now trying to get through on him. So Camille Baloche and Marius Rose out on lap number 8, I'm afraid. So 60 seconds to go. Gilbert with an absolute lunge from nowhere on the inside of Mario Sidler through turn number 12. A bit further back, Jaden Thien is battling away with the likes of, well, it could be the likes of Sverre Ubben amongst others, as Leon Zelenko is battling away with Jamie Perrelli, with the 303 currently occupying 7th position. And Zelenko now gets through for that place. Perrelli looking towards the inside. They were nearly wheel to wheel. Perrelli did get through though, and Zelenko nearly tried to reopen the door coming through out of the turn 7 chicane. And there is a GKS kart, and that's Gustav van Gorp, I'm afraid. The number 343 who started 23rd. Exactly 100% happy. With a handful of seconds to go, we now go on to lap number 12 out of 13. There's a little bit further back. There's some toing and froing between Perrelli and Zelenko gets through. And Jaden Thien now throws his hands into the ring and gets through on Jamie Perrelli. There's Days Dams along with them as well. Not too far behind them is Dion van Verven in the 377. And this is going to be a bit explosive right now with what's happening there, because Leon Zelenko started everything off, started the chain reaction. So we're going to have one more lap to go, and Van der Stroys has controlled proceedings. Vic Stevens has gotten close, but not close enough. Lemeray and Rilets now will be battling over P3. A little bit further back coming out of turn 12. Zelenko leads the battle for 7th position. This has got Jaden Thien, Jamie Perrelli et al. Right behind him. As Rilets now is going to try and look for the move. Sweeps to the outside to try and get the over-under done on Nolan Lemeray. And on that particular occasion, the Frenchman was wise to it. Rilets towards the outside to get the undercut once again. Hopefully sweeps to the outside, sees whether Nolan Lemeray makes a mistake going through turn 8. Not on that particular occasion, but Rilets could have the run coming out of turn 9, which he looks to do so. Could tee this up nicely. Sweeps to the outside through turn 10. The two leaders making their way through turn 11 for the final time. Rilets could have the move done very shortly on Nolan Lemeray if he puts his cards right and he gets the undercut. He could get the run on him, and he does, but it's Van der Stroys that wins. Vic Stevens in second. Rilets with a last lap, last corner overtake on Nolan Lemeray. Rounds out the top 3. Lewis Gilbert, despite having a slight mid-race drama, ends up in 5th position ahead of Mario Sidler from Switzerland. Jaden Thien, Jamie Perrelli, Leon Zelenko And Days Dams complete the top 10. Dion van Verven in 11th, Sverre Ubben, Adam Valster, Lawrence Herbos and Vincent van Kerkhoffen completing the top 15. Luke Neeson, Jasper Leiners, Artjoms Sestakovs, Loris Goisman and Patrick Rasmussen complete the top 20 positions. Jury Fries, Martin Geiskens, Anton Morsing, Pat Gubbles, Stefan Lemonot and Romans Rodianovs round out the drivers that completed the race, 26 out of 30. Zombor Kovac, unfortunately, not making it to even the start. Camille Baloch and Marius Roos, we lost on lap 7, and with 4 laps to go. Gustav van Gorp from the Netherlands in the 3:43, only making it as far as lap number 9.